Hi, I'm Charlie from Summary Sanctum. Okay, picture this. Your alarm goes off, and before your feet even hit the floor, your mind is already racing. That project deadline, that awkward text you have to send, that never-ending pile of life admin, suddenly your chest feels tight and you're exhausted before the day has even begun. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to reclaim your calm in a world that feels totally designed to steal it.
Look, if that feels familiar to you, it is not a sign that you're weak, it's a sign that you're human. We are all trying to navigate this world that is constantly, and I mean constantly, bombarding us with stress, demanding our attention, and just chipping away at our peace of mind.
But here's the thing. What if there was a way to navigate this mind storm, and actually find some calm right in the middle of all the chaos? Well, there is. And it starts by taking a really common assumption we all have and flipping it completely on its head. Okay, let's dive into this.
Now, I know this sounds totally backward, but just think about it for a second. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. The more you obsess, you're honking the horn, you're desperately trying to switch lanes, you're checking your GPS every 10 seconds, the more agitated and stressed out you become, right? The traffic itself doesn't change one bit, but your inner world, it's just a total mess of frustration and anxiety.
And this brings us to a really crucial idea. True calmness isn't about wrestling every single detail of your life into submission. No, it's about developing the wisdom to know the difference between what you can actually influence and what you simply can't.
So, let's be clear, this is not about giving up or becoming passive. It's about being strategic. It's about treating your energy like it's your most valuable currency, because it is, and investing it only where you're going to get a real return.
Think about it like this. You have an inner circle of things you truly have command over. We're talking about your actions, your reactions, your mindset, the words you choose to use, and then there's the outer circle. This contains, well, pretty much everything else. The economy, what other people think of you, things that happened in the past, and yep, that gridlock traffic. The source of our anxiety is almost always because we're obsessively focused on that outer circle. But here's where the magic happens. When you shift your focus inward, to your inner circle, you'll start to see a real change. Instead of wasting all that energy on, say, office politics that you can't control, you pour it into the quality of your actual work. And the result? Your influence grows. And maybe that promotion you wanted becomes this natural outcome of your excellence, not a product of stressing yourself out.
All right, so now that we get the problem, let's talk about the solution. Because knowing the theory is one thing, but you need practical tools. So here is a simple 3-part toolkit to help you find that inner peace, starting today.
The first tool in the box is all about rewiring your mindset. This is about taking charge of the single most important conversation you have every single day, and that is the constant running dialogue that's happening inside your own head.
You know that voice. We all have that harsh inner critic that just loves to generalize. It's the voice that says, "Ugh, I always mess things up." The trick here is to challenge that voice with some simple logic. Just ask yourself, is that really true? Do I always mess up? Then you can reframe it with a more empowered voice. Okay, I made a mistake. That's a data point, and that's how I learn and how I grow.
Next up, let's talk about mastering your actions. This is all about creating just a tiny bit of space between a feeling and a reaction. It's about learning how to navigate your emotions without letting them hijack the whole ship.
The STOP method is a super simple but incredibly powerful tool for this. The second you feel that wave of anger or overwhelm, just stop, just pause. Take one deliberate, calming breath. Then observe the emotion, almost like a curious scientist. Okay, interesting, there's anger. Then, and only then, you proceed with a thoughtful response instead of just a knee-jerk reaction.
And the final tool is all about protecting your energy. This means setting healthy boundaries. And these aren't walls to push people away. Think of them more like a fence that protects the garden of your own well-being.
It's exactly like the oxygen mask on an airplane. They tell you every single time, you have to put your own mask on first before you can even think about helping anyone else. Self-care isn't selfish, it is the absolute essential foundation for being able to show up for others in a meaningful way.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this all boil down to? Inner peace isn't some mythical, perfect state where you have no problems. It's an act of skill. It's a state of mind that you have to deliberately and consistently cultivate, day by day.
You see, this isn't about trying to avoid the storms of life, because you can't. It's about learning how to be the calm in the center of them. It's about developing the awareness to focus on what you can control and consciously, intentionally releasing your grip on everything else.
So I'll leave you with this challenge. What is the one thing from your outer circle that you can choose to let go of right now, today? A past mistake you keep replaying? A worry about the future? Just decide on one thing and release it. That single choice is your first step to reclaiming your peace. Let me know what it is in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explainers from Summary Sanctum.